do you know what it means when someone says, you see what you look for?
We're going to talk about that on this episode of 5 Minutes with Dad.
Welcome to 5 Minutes with Dad, starring Pavlos and Angela Pavlidis, where you get to spend a few minutes with the smartest and coolest kids in the whole world, and their dad, too. And now, here are your hosts, Pavlos, Angela, and Nick Pavlidis.
Who's
Ready for an awesome episode of 5 Minutes with Dad?
What am I, vanilla pudding? Yummy, yummy, yummy. Angela made an amazing dessert today. 3 ingredients.
I'm going to give some of the credit to Mama for making it. Too,
Yeah?
Because she made the pudding.
Well, okay, so there are 3 ingredients, but one of the ingredients has multiple ingredients. Like the pudding had water and pudding mix, right?
Water.
What'd you mix it with? Milk and pudding mix. So it has 4 ingredients. Pudding mix, milk, Cool Whip or Cool Whip.
No, Dad. After we made the pudding, we put it in and started to make the other thing, which means it's only pudding.
Yeah. Pudding plus
Cool Whip.
plus
Sprinkles.
plus that's it.
Air.
That's it. Plus a little bit of love. Well, we have an important show today.
But I let the Cool Whip get soft while I was stirring it with the sprinkles.
You let that's okay. That's all right. It tasted delicious.
I wanted it to get soft.
It was delicious. Oh, you let it. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was great. So, Angela, my compliments to the chef. Yes. Well, do we have an important topic today? Short. This isn't a very complicated topic. So we're going to talk just for a few minutes about this, of course. But before we do, and this one is inspired by our neighbors. We had a conversation with our neighbors today, and that inspired me. We started talking about mindset and the power of our brains. So we're going to talk a little bit about that in the context of what it means to see what you look for.
See what you look for.
Yeah, doesn't it seem like an obvious thing? Yes, of course you see what you look for. All right. Well, we've talked a little bit about that topic before, back in the day. Where's Dad? 5 minutes with
Dad.
This guy, Brad. All right. So, but first.
Who's ready for the Roosters of the Week sandwich?
Me!
That hurts my ear for some reason, even though it's not even in my ear.
Yes, we are ready for that. So I'm going to do the first joke of the week because Angela made up her own knock-knock joke that she's going to share today. Right, Ange? Yes. All right, so here's my joke. What do you get when you mix cheese and ducks?
I don't know. What do you get?
What do you get when you mix?
I don't know. What do you get?
This is why 5 Minutes with Dad episodes end up 35 Minutes with Dad episodes.
Oh, no.
What do you get?
I don't know. What do you get when you mix
cheese
and
ducks?
I don't know. Wait, what?
What do you get when you mix
I don't
cheese
know. What do you get
ducks?
when you mix cheese and ducks?
Cheese and quackers.
Wow.
Cheese and quackers. Hey-o. Cheese and quackers. All right, let's
Time
chit-chat.
for my joke.
Well, we got to do that. It's a sandwich. Your joke is the other.
I was like, time for my joke.
Yeah, time for your Joe.
My Joe.
Your joke is the other bread for the sandwich. We need the inside of the sandwich, which is. Do you want to talk about it? The Rainbow Magic Ball Cube 2-pack. Because it's the best deal that we found is the 2-pack. We have one of them, but it's a fidget.
I had to.
We had to, but we didn't buy them together, right?
No.
Yeah. So it's Rainbow Magic Ball Cube 2-pack.
Well, we actually do have two. One's mine, one's Pablo's.
That's right. It's a fidget sensory ball with brain teasers and games that are kind of like puzzles. So it'll say like, it looks like a little soccer ball, but smaller.
I'm going to say the whole thing real quick.
Go ahead.
Rainbow Magic Ball Cube 2-pack Magic Rainbow Ball Fidget Sensory Brain Ball Brain Teaser Game Puzzle Bundle Stress Fidget Toys for kids or adults.
Yes.
That is a complicated name.
So you know what? Let's read. I'm going to read the description on Amazon. So if you want to pick that up, head on over to 5minuteswithdad.com/magic ball.
Why not magic?
Because we already had a magic thing. And I think we already had a ball thing. But it's magic ball.
How about cube?
Magic ball?
Wait, how is it a cube? It's a circle.
Yeah, I know, right? So here's the description. It says rainbow ball is like a small football with 12 holes and 11 colorful balls inside that you fidget to pass balls from one hole to the other.
A soccer ball.
It keeps kids busy, and it is so it's cool. Like each of the holes has a different color, and each of the ball is a different color. So you can play games to say, all right, you need to match all of the balls to the color of the holes, or then you mix it up and you try to get it back, kind of like how you might mix up a Rubik's Cube and then try to solve the puzzle.
Rubik's Cubes are impossible.
They're not impossible. We used to be able to do them, but we just haven't practiced in a while.
Can you solve both of mine?
Yeah, I'll have to refresh my memory on what the patterns are that you need to do it.
2.
You have 2. And then
they're both mixed up pretty good.
Well, I used to be able to do it in about 2 or 3 minutes. There's some people in the world who can do it like 12 seconds. Isn't that crazy? They're like superstars. They're like, yeah, they must practice a lot, right?
All right.
Pick that up. 5minuteswithdad.com/magic ball. That's our affiliate link to send you over to Amazon to score one for you. All right, Ange.
Before they run out.
All right, Ange. We don't even have this joke written down in our planner because you got who's there?
Dare.
Dare who?
They're kicking me out.
I like that one, Ange. Round of applause. I don't know where that came from. But it was funny, and it's still funny, and I've heard you say it like 5 times as we're preparing.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Dares.
Dares who?
They're kicking me out.
All right. So there you go for the resource of the week sandwich.
Question?
You just did.
Can I ask you 3 questions?
Sure. I got one left.
Why is that?
Why is my microphone discolored?
Or black?
So that is because the wind thing used to lean up against it like this.
What happened to it?
I took it off. The black wind charm used to rub wind. I don't know. It's supposed to block if you're breathing onto the microphone. It's supposed to block it so it doesn't sound like in the thing. Yeah. So, all right. So Ange, we had a conversation today with one of our neighbors who's moving. We are very sad that our neighbor is moving.
The story is called Neighbor.
Yes.
Neighbor moving.
So our neighbors, Angela's, I don't know, closest friends. You play with them all the time around here. The closest friends in terms of where you play. You're over their house all the time, right?
They ask to play a lot.
Yeah, and you like playing with them, don't you? Yep. So they're moving away. They're moving far away. They're moving to New York. I sing like an angel, don't I?
Hallelujah.
They're moving to New York, and we're going to miss them. And we were talking.
They'll come and visit sometimes to see their friends in their house and say, hello, house, goodbye, house.
Yeah, and we were talking, and I asked one of their kids today, I said, hey, are you excited to move? And he wasn't very excited, was he, Ange? No. And I said, why? He goes, well, because the new house doesn't feel like my home. And they brought a really, really good point because he spent his entire life in one house. And what I suggested, and what I suggested, we talked a little bit about mindset. So remember, like, I don't know how many episodes, it was a long time ago, we talked about starting a new school year, and we talked about you look for the familiar things, and when you find the familiar things, you look for your friends, you look for things like that, and it becomes easier on you. You start seeing your friends instead of a big intimidating new school that's with all the unknown stuff. So what I said to him, I said, hey, have you ever heard the phrase, you see what you look for? And he said, no. And I said, well, what that means is if you're going to a new house, and I bet you your new house has some really cool things about it that your current house doesn't have. And And he even said one thing, like a big dent in the yard, right? From the tree that fell over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So.
But I have an idea.
Yeah. So I said to him, well, what if next time you visited the house, because they go and visit it, what if you looked around and you came back and told me 3 things about the new house that are really cool that you never noticed before, that you don't have in this house? And he said, okay. And I explained to him that when you look for nice things, when you look for happiness, when you look for cool things, when you look for the positives in a situation,
when you look for
you start seeing them.
Stuff.
So
I also have another phrase.
Go ahead. What's your phrase? Oh, wait, let's finish this phrase because I think I know what your other phrase is.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
Yeah. So when you are going into a situation that's new, one of the ways that you can make it easier to experience is to look for the positives. And when you look for the positives, if you walk into a room with 200 people and you know that you got some friends in there and you got some people you don't know, and you look and you walk in that room going, oh my goodness, there's a whole bunch of people I don't know. Those are the people you're going to see. And your friend might even be able to sneak up on you and you don't even notice them because you're looking at the people and you're focused on the people you don't know. But if you go in there and say, oh my goodness, look at all these people. And I know Angela's there. And you start looking, your brain starts finding Angela or Pavlos. Yep. And you start seeing the positive things. So
people.
Yeah. So our neighbor now already thought of one thing that he likes about his house. And it was just a simple question of what are some things that are cool about it? It just changes your perspective and you start thinking about those things instead of focusing on the scary parts. It can make things like going to the dentist even better by you focusing on getting the prize at the end. What kind of prize you're going to get? Or the coloring books in the waiting room. And you can go there and you can have a little bit better of an experience because you truly do see what you go in there looking for. So if you go looking for the positive things, you'll have a much better situation. Your brain is really powerful like that. So Ange,
my turn.
You want to share your saying? Mm-hmm. Angela Pavlidis. Wait, Deep Thoughts by Angela Pavlidis. Go ahead.
You never do nothing. You always do something by doing nothing. By doing something. By doing nothing.
Angela started, she goes, do you know it's impossible to do nothing? And I said, it is. Tell me more. And she said, because when you're doing nothing, you're doing something. The something that you're doing is you're doing nothing.
You're also breathing.
Yeah, you are.
And living.
And living. And smiling, hopefully. But then you're smiling. So,
and
Deep Thoughts by Angela Pavlidis.
And
Angela, what's a situation where you need to start thinking a little bit more about looking for the positives? Anything come to mind?
No.
No? You're generally pretty positive, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Ange, let's cut it there. I know this is a record. It's only a 14 minutes with Dad episode, but I wanted to get that quick one lesson, one idea to go into every situation looking for the positives. And that's why I love when it rains, because I get to tell people what, Ange? What do I tell people? I say, oh, it's okay if it rains. I keep my sunshine on the inside. Yeah.
But what about that thing that I gave you, the sun?
Yeah, Angela gave me a nice sun. I keep that on the outside. All right. Well, Ange, I'm so excited. We're going to start looking for all the cool stuff in our days. And when there's something new, we're going to look for the positives. We're going to go in there, and that's what we are going to see. All right, everybody. Don't forget to pick up those magic balls at 5minuteswithdad.com/magic ball. Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening to 5 Minutes with Dad. To connect with Pavlos, Angela, and Nick, subscribe to the 5 Minutes with Dad newsletter at 5minuteswithdad.com.
Thank you for listening to 5 Minutes with Dad. Make sure to tune in next week for another awesome episode.